what's good, y'all? It's Jay here. We better get back into some Jacksonville. It's been a minute, so we might as well check it out, man. And y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know, like, subscribe, comment, get your snacks, and here we go.
After the attempt on Fulio's life, while the quite literal playground standoff between Queso and Kojak kind of lowered the tone of this beef, in September, the KTA team were back on grown man business and looking to take the life of one of their enemies. And on the 2nd of September, they would catch one lacking with fatal consequences. At around 1:30 a.m., officers preparing to change shift at the nearby Regency Mall police substation heard gunshots in the distance. They traveled to the scene and found a car riddled with bullets at the intersection of Atlantic Boulevard, eventually pulling it over around 4 miles away at the intersection of Beach Boulevard and Cortez Road. Someone in that second car was also suffering a gunshot wound and taken to the hospital, with officers believing that another person was injured and fled the scene.
News alert from the Arlington area. 2 lanes of Beach Boulevard remain blocked at St. John's Bluff. There's been a double shooting and 2 crime scenes. Police found one of the people who was shot near that intersection.
This investigation spans several miles. In fact, it started when officers at a substation in Regency heard gunshots and then found a person shot right outside, basically, that substation at Atlantic Boulevard near Monument Road.
It's riddled with bullets. We counted 5 bullet holes in both sides of the vehicle. Officers say they found the driver with gunshot wounds in life-threatening condition. JSO says this person has been taken to the hospital and is not expected to survive. At the same time, officers saw another car speeding away. Police stopped the car on Beach Boulevard and found a second person who had been shot. That person was taken to the hospital and is expected to be okay. Police say the 4 other people inside the car are now in custody and investigators are questioning them.
Following Lil Leaky's pass, Spinner Benz posted a tribute on Instagram, with Whopper with a Chopper going on to make a slightly more gangster social media post, saying that ops don't post about their dead homies because they know they're getting smacked. Meanwhile, Fulio leans into disrespecting Lil Leaky, posting a clip of him smoking a pack.
Come on, man. You know I keep that leaky, man. I been, boy, this dead ass nigga, boy. Ass, nigga.
Meanwhile, Fulio posts himself smoking a pack. That was followed by another post, which interestingly had a background song, the track When I See You by Fantasia, the song that Fulio would later remix to diss the other side, along with a picture of Leaky and a caption saying new pack and asking why the ops are quiet today, followed by another post saying Ace must be sick to his stomach right now. But almost as if he wasn't quite sure if he was getting into hell yet, Fulio doubled down on the disrespect, popping up on IG Live to ask once again why are the ops so quiet.
The ops ain't talking today, man. The ops, these niggas usually be happy on Facebook, joking, Facebook comedians. Niggas ain't said nothing today, man. This shit crazy. Yeah, man, these niggas sad today, man. But you know I'm smoking. You know I'm smoking a little leaky. Got that little leak, that new pipe. Niggas ain't tweeting. Niggas ain't saying nothing. Them niggas humble not eating. I'm talking about these usually be the niggas that's on Facebook making 12 statuses a day like these. Boy, they make a whisper today. Man dead, that man sleepwalking right now. It's gonna be your reality right here. You see this blunt? Look. This beat fire your ass up. You was just this, look.
He said, hey, bro.
That fuck nigga taste good too. They already crying and sad right now. These fuck niggas for the beat. At the funeral, Alexa, play Rod Wave Pain.
Hell, it would turn out that Fulio was so happy over this drilling, he went on a goddamn field trip to a weed dispensary to get custom Leaky packs printed.
All the plugs, man, nigga, we got any flavor, nigga. Any dead
I ain't gonna lie, that's doing too much. That's really doing too much, bro. He need to chill out, bro. That's really doing too much.
Nigga, stop fucking playing on my top, man. Put this nigga ass on the screen. Leaky packs. Hey, exclusive Leaky packs on the way, man. Real gas. This ain't that.
He went out his way to do that shit. That's not, no, bro. That's crazy.
Fake ass niggas coming here and buy turtlenecks. If you claim you a weed smoker, this go for anybody. I'ma need y'all to get these Leaky packs. Fuck niggas real Zah, man. You know what I'm saying? Real dead nigga back from the dead. His ass came back to life, man. This real Zah. This ain't no fake ass Zah neither. Fuck you talking about that little fake shit you niggas had in the past and shit. This a real exclusive dead nigga who woke his ass.
Yeah, cut this shit off. This foolishness.
Ever since the hit on Lil Buck, Queso's days were numbered. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office wanted Queso and his dad in cuffs nearly as much as the ops wanted them dead. However, in the days leading up to his capture, Queso would go back and forth with the ops on music. On September the 3rd, 2020, Foolio disses the other side with his song Fast Life, where he says, "Killed my dog, killed 3 of y'all, so that means we over equal," which I assume is a reference to the Zion Brown hit, followed by the 3-person car shooting. He also says that his fallen friends Trey D and Tiki are on his mind, which gives him a bad temper, and says if you diss on Bibby's name, you're gonna die, simple, as well as saying that he's smoking on Queso's brother Willie. And the day after that song dropped, on the 4th of September 2020, Queso dropped the response song, a track called Back to Back. Now this song was pretty bold. In the chorus, Queso says, "Back to back we drillin', back to back we killin'," something which, if these allegations are true, we know he was literally doing. Elsewhere in the song, he says, "We're the ones who dropped your man, buried your partner." He says he'll let the Draco dance and watch you do the Bibby dance. He says, "Let me tell you a story of how we caught him and ripped off. I hit the corner and tore his ass up. I heard they killed the dog." He says, "I aimed for his head so I know for sure he dead." I mean, considering the fact that Queso is literally currently accused of killing Bibby, the release of the song Back to Back is incredibly bold, if completely idiotic. And naturally, all of that self-snitching really didn't do Queso any favors.
Not at
because
all.
exactly 1 week after that song released, both Queso and his father are taken into custody by the police.
Developing now, a father and son have been arrested in connection with a deadly shooting at an Arlington shopping center. 21-year-old Hakeem Robinson and his father, 49-year-old Abdul Robinson, are both in the Duval County Jail. Hakeem Robinson is charged with second-degree murder, and Abdul is charged with accessory after the fact.
Now, the next thing I'm about to say is pretty important because there's a few videos floating around YouTube at the moment that are getting these details dead wrong. So the cops got a big break in the case against Queso, where they found a snitch, aka a confidential informant, who gave the police key details on the case and Queso's role within it. Now, remember Dominique Barner, who was accused of being on the Lil Buck hit with Queso? Well, he gets arrested in February 2020 for home invasion. He later gets charged for second-degree murder for his role in the killing of Lil Buck, and he is then subsequently charged with murder for the killing of Damon Rothermel, who was shot off his bike by a stray bullet in the shootout between ATA and KTA.
He ain't never getting out. Yeah, I'm about to say he will never get out.
So, Barner is sitting in jail through most of 2020, with Queso and his dad getting arrested in September. Problem is, a lot of people have incorrectly labeled Dominique Barner as the snitch or confidential informant. And it probably has something to do with this very badly worded report on the news breaking down the case against Queso.
So many aspects of this, Mary, I've been going through all day and starting to piece things together. You have a
I
variety.
feel like they did that on purpose, though. Cause like police always do shit like that. Like they make it try to so that way, yeah, your buddy flipped on you, so now what? Like no, bro.
Variety of suspects, a variety of victims, different links for different cases, but you start to see that web you described between all these homicides. And I want to talk to you about one thing that happened here. Police were able to make their case against Robinson because of a confidential informant.
Now, if I was this news reporter, I would be very scared. In fact, this guy's lucky he hasn't already caught a stray, because he points at a picture of Dominique Barner's face when he says confidential informant. This is the moment he fucked up, because as a result, a lot of people on the internet think Dominique Barner is the confidential informant as a result of this clip. That is not correct. And just in case this news reporter doesn't know it, naming somebody in the streets as a snitch who is not can be deadly, for them and for you. But if you read between the lines, you will actually understand that another person, an unnamed confidential informant, i.e. snitch, whose identity is confidential so we don't know who it is, don't be pointing at somebody's face when you say confidential informant, unless it's mine. So this anonymous snitch who we don't know basically wore a wire and recorded a conversation with Dominique Barner. Now this was likely a conversation in confidence with Barner having no idea that he was being recorded. And in this call that he was having in confidence, Barner revealed details about the murder that were recorded on this wire. Barner admitted that they had followed Lil Buck to the shopping center from his home, and Barner was later forced to acknowledge his involvement in the incident in the face of the irrefutable evidence that had been recorded against him, with the feds suggesting that Barner admitted that Queso wanted to kill Lil Buck for dissing Boss Goon on a song. But for the record, it's not entirely clear which details were recorded on the wiretap and which were confessed to the police after the evidence was presented. We don't know. That guy on the news certainly doesn't know. So just keep that in mind. So what we do know is that an unnamed snitch, confidential informant, was able to get the feds details on Dominique Barner's involvement, Queso's involvement, and Queso's dad's involvement. Frankly, this isn't a great look for the long-term possibility of Queso being free. And after his arrest, he was seen in jailhouse attire and a face mask looking pretty defeated. In fact, after Queso's arrest, the cops take an even closer look at the connection between the music and the violence.
Now learning more about the arrest of a man in the fatal shooting of a 23-year-old rapper earlier this year. And this arrest is starting to expose a tangled web of gang-related murders here in Jacksonville over the past 2 years.
In fact, except for that one guy who wrongly labeled Dominique Barner as the confidential informant, the news actually went on to do a summary of the Queso case that was so good, they might as well have opened up a Jacksonville branch of Trap Law, Inc.
January 16th, 2019, rapper Willie Addison is killed. 5 others wounded in Spring Park. The victims had just left a rap music event at Paradise Gentlemen's Club on Bay Meadows Road. Then, around 2 weeks later, Damon Rothermel is shot and killed riding his bicycle on Emerson Street, hit by a stray bullet from a shootout between cars. Fast forward a year to this past January, 23-year-old Charles McCormick is shot and killed in Arlington. On Robinson's Instagram, there was a story posted of a child singing a song entitled KSO Homicide by rapper Youngin Ace, a local rapper who has made headlines before. The video was posted after the murder of Charles McCormick. Also another story, which depicted Hakeem Robinson at a nail salon receiving a pedicure with the caption, "Kill a N-word, then go get my toes done." Hakeem Robinson is charged in the McCormick killing. Brought up a story involving him last year where there was an album released that by him, and the screen grab on the image of the album showed different homicide victims in the area.
Now clearly Queso wasn't the only shooter in ATK, because just over a month after his arrest came possibly the most devastating loss to the KTA side in this entire beef. On November the 19th and 20th, there are back-to-back shootings at the Hilltop Village apartments. That's where Fulio's from, and that's where Bibby was killed. Now some of the details about the incidents that went down over these couple of days are a little bit unclear, but what we do know is that over the course of these nights of violence, 2 of Fulio's close friends would lose their lives, Spaz 2 times and Rod K, with numerous people going on to drop lyrics that seem to suggest that Rod K was actually attempting to avenge Spaz when he was gunned down. However, for the record, this version of events has been disputed in an unverified Reddit comment purporting to be from Rod K's brother, suggesting that he was just out buying blunts when he got shot. In response to this, Young and Ace posted a screenshot from Fulio's upcoming music video with a caption saying, "This video's got 2 dead people in it and it's only been 4 days," with Ace going on to diss Fulio's losses even further in a post on social media.
Since the mom sent their ass back the same way, back in the box, come out. Gotta check the scope. Check the scope.
Fulio downplayed the loss of his friends in an IG post, saying, "It ain't getting to me because nothing can get to me, because that's what the streets owe us. The world gon' keep going. I'm really disappointed, but I'ma keep focused." But the ATK guys weren't letting up and continued mocking Fulio, with Whopper disrespecting him heavily on the story.
The ops got the audacity to say that they up. Yeah, y'all ass up in the motherfucking sky. That's the only place your ass up at too.
And Ace himself going live to do what seemed to be a feature-length self-snitching session.
Congratulations, bitch. God, clap, bite. Everyone who said so. But everything that said something, nigga know I do this to their ass. You're in the dead, you said 4. 2 of them just died. What you want? How you want? What? You need that? I bring that shit to these niggas, bro. I've been so distracted by these bodies, I don't even know the scope no more, bro. This shit crazy, bro. Hold on. Fuck them niggas up in the apartments. I won't say their name, but I white talk that boy. There's not no play shit. These niggas really dead and they're not coming back, bro. I fuck these niggas from them apartments. I won't say that nigga's name, but I white chalk them. I need to get off live because I might fuck around and say some shit that I ain't supposed to say.
In response to this devastating loss and subsequent disrespect from the ops, as we end 2020 and go into 2021, Fulio ups the levels on the disrespect and drops numerous songs addressing the other side. In December 2020, Fulio drops Double That, a song about him having a supposed $50,000 bounty on his head, a threat which Fulio clearly ain't tripping about. That man is braver than I will ever be. In fact, this is actually the music video that the ATK guys were clowning for having dead people in it. Anywho, Fulio clearly wasn't content with just this drop, going on January the 19th, 2021 to drop his Back in Blood remix. Posing on a bed with the name Leaky spelled out in money, a reference to the recently slain op, with Fulio going on to give his listeners pretty much a PhD in self-snitching. Right up to the point where people in the comments were basically saying that the cops are going to be bumping this one heavy in the squad car because of all the details. Fulio says in the song "We Shot Up Your Brother," which to be honest at this point could go for either Ace or Queso. And Fulio also suggested that the ATK side had nothing to do with his fallen friend Dirk's death and that they're false claiming. 2 days later, in response to this track, Spinner Benz dropped a beatbox remix of his own, not providing any new information, but definitely dropping back-to-back disses against Fulio. However, unfortunately, following the double murder of Rod K and Spaz, the KTA side would come through with a tit-for-tat response that would leave the ATK team double grieving once again.
Goodness gracious. Ain't she from Resident Evil? Right, ain't that? Anyway. Yeah, we're gonna stop it here, y'all, for today. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that shit. So, y'all just go ahead and, man, just